Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, or even good evening. Whenever you are listening to this show, how's everybody doing? This is Professor Garrett, and I'm coming to you from the Kids Zone today. I'm so excited because we are talking about the Good Samaritan. I'm going to tell you guys a good story about the Good Samaritan, and then I get to come into my lab and I'm going to create something, but I'm going to tell you guys about it later. But you guys are wondering, what is a Samaritan? And do we have some Good Samaritans today? With all the crazy news going on, with all the crazy things happening, do we have any good people on this earth? What do you guys think? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Let's see. I have a happy face, and then I have a face like, I don't know. So I'm going to come closer to you, because how many of you guys think that we have Good Samaritans? And let's see, if I put my happy face on, I want you guys to smile and say, I'm happy. I'm a Good Samaritan. What do you think about this other face? Let's see. It's like, Professor Garrett, I'm not sure if we have some happy folks on this earth, or do we really have them? Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to tell you guys a story, because there was a man in the Bible, and he was wondering the same thing. He was wondering the same thing. And so he went to Jesus, and he was saying, okay, I'm hearing about these good people, and I'm hearing about these bad people. So he went, and he was talking to Jesus, and you guys know that Jesus talked in parables. And do you guys remember, what is a parable? A parable may not necessarily be a true story, but parables are examples. So Jesus loved to teach in parables because it made better sense. So he says, okay, I'm going to tell you about a man that had a question. So this man went to Jesus, and he had this question. He says, teacher. He called Jesus a teacher because Jesus was an amazing teacher. He liked to teach just like I like to teach, because I patterned myself after Jesus, because Jesus liked to teach, I like to teach too. So, okay, so he says, teacher, what should I do? What can I do to go to heaven and live with you forever? What do I have to do? And so Jesus said really simple. He says, what is written in the Bible? What do you think that's written in the Bible? How can we get to heaven and live with Jesus forever and ever and have so much fun there? Okay, so how do we get there? So the man answered. He says, okay, Jesus says, what do you think? He says, well, I think this, Jesus. He says, and if you love God with all your heart, with all of your soul, with all of your strength and all of your love, if you love God just that much, will I go to heaven? And so Jesus says, and then the biggest thing he says, but to love your neighbor as yourself. He says you can do all these wonderful things. He says, but also love your neighbor as yourself. And so the man was kind of, well, what are you talking about, Jesus? Well, who is my neighbor? Who is my neighbor? You may think my next door neighbor, I can be nice to them because I know them. I can go over and go take them some flour if they need some flour, or if they need some food, I can go take them some food. I know, but Jesus, that is easy. If you said to go ahead and do it, do everything, love you with all my heart and all my soul, and to be nice to my neighbor, oh, I can do that. I can go to heaven. But Jesus said, wait a minute. Let me tell you what it really means. What does it mean to love your neighbor. Oh my God, I thought that was going to be easy, but I want you guys to listen to this story because this man was so curious. He says, Jesus, what do you mean? What do you mean? Tell me more about loving my neighbor. I thought about my next door neighbor, but Jesus wasn't talking about your next door neighbor. He was talking about somebody that you didn't know. Let's find out about this story. So Jesus saw that the man, he didn't understand. So he says, let me go tell you a parable, which is a story that's not necessarily the truth, but it makes sense, okay? So Jesus began to tell this story, and he says, there was once a Jewish man walking along the road, and he was just enjoying himself. He was walking, he was singing, la, 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 la. He was just singing, having a good time, and there was some more men that came by, and these men, they were out walking too, and they saw this one man just really laughing and having a good time. And so what did they do? They seen what he had. And so guess what they did? They went and beat him up. Yes, they did. They was punching him and punching him and punching him and punching him. And he was just going, and he couldn't help it because there was too many of them. And he was by himself, and they were punching him. And he had bruises and everything. He was starting to bleed. He was bleeding from his nose and his ears, and they beat him up so bad, and then they just left him on the street. They left him on the street as if he was dead. He wasn't moving. And so here comes one man walking by. He was walking by, and he saw the man over there just laying on the ground, and he just looked at him like this, and he just, oh, I guess he's okay. And he turned around and he left. Do you guys know that he saw that man bleeding all over the ground? But he didn't help him. He didn't help him. So a few minutes more later, here comes another person. This person worked in the church. You mean this person worked in the church? He was good. He was a good man. He even worked in the church. He would help the pastors. He would help the people. He was a good man. But then he saw him over there too. And here he was. He looking. Wonder who beat that man up. Maybe somebody will come by and help him. Maybe somebody will come help him. And the man that Jesus was talking to about the story, he was saying, how come he didn't go help him? He said he'd like to help people in the church. How come he didn't help him? Oh my gosh, that's what I'm wondering. How come he didn't help him? Let's find out. There was one more man. He was walking, and he seen the same man over there. And he looked, he says, wow, that man is hurting. I can see that man bleeding. Let me go over and let me go check him out. So he looks at the man, and he had compassion on the man. And he says, see, compassion is that I see you're hurting. Now, let me see if I can help you. Let me see if I can help, because I see you're bleeding. And so he was half naked and everything. They had beat him up so bad, took all his goods, his jewelry, everything, and the man was hurting so bad. But this Samaritan is what we call this man. This Good Samaritan went over and he saw the man hurting. He picked the man up, he put him on his donkey, and he took him to the best hotel he can find. And he says, you know what? I'm going to clean you up. He says, I'm going to clean you up. He took him to the hotel, and he got all different sorts of things, and he started to wipe him all up and clean him all up. Oh, he cleaned him so good, so good. And then he bandaged them all up. He bandaged them all up just like this. He cleaned them all up, and oh gosh, he just cleaned them all up. Let's see, oh my gosh, he putting all the band-aids on him, all the band-aids, he put all the band-aids on him. Let's see, even his nose was broken, so he had to fix his nose. Oh my gosh. Oh, he has some over here too. He put bandages all over him, and he made him feel so much better. You guys, he made him feel so much better. He got the man so well and so good, and he says, well, I have to go back to work, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the hotel manager, and I'm going to say, I want him to stay here. Here's some money, here's some money, here's some money. I'm going to give you the money. I want you to watch over him, because you see, I have bedded him all up. All those other people bypassing, but I am the Good Samaritan, and I went over and I took care of him, and now he's all better. He's all better. And so that's what we have to do, right? Because we have to have compassion on people, just as Jesus was saying, that you have to have compassion. Compassion means I feel sorry for you, so I'm going to help you. I'm not going to wait until somebody else comes. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take money out of my own pocket, and I'm going to help you. Do you guys see that, kids? You guys can do the same thing. You may not have much, but you maybe can have a Band-Aid. You can go and help. Hey, here is a Band-Aid. Let me help you. Whatever you can do. Here is a bottle of water. Somebody could have went to him and said, here is some bottle of water. Can you do that? That's just that simple. So God, he made Jews, the Jews of the world. He made the Samaritans. He made the Israelites. He made a whole bunch of people. And so I said, but God, if you made all of these people, what's going on? Why is there so much hate in this world? Why is there so much hate? And so I had to come into my lab. I said, God made black people, he made white people, he made red people, and he made brown people. Just as the Good Samaritan came and helped that man that was hurt and beat up, but God made us all. Why are we fighting with each other? Why do we think one race is better than the other? God says no race. And you may be saying, what is a race? A race is a color of just colors of people. Like, I'm considered an African American. I'm considered a black person. There may be a Caucasian person. They're considered a white person. There may be a Hispanic person. They're considered like brown people. And there may be some red people. They're considered like Indians. And then we have Asians. God has so many different races, but guess what God said? We are all the same. He's saying now one race is better than the other. He says we're all the same. He says there is no difference. There's no difference in the black or the white or the Hispanic or the Indians. He says there's no difference. And so I was figuring it out. God, how did you make all these races, all these colors? And you said that we're all the same. And so you guys know what I had to do. I had to go in my lab and I had to figure this thing out. Because you guys know what? I see some people. Let me take off these Band-Aids so that you guys I can take them off, and then I can go into my lab and I can look and see how can I create races of people. Because I was wondering, how come some people are black, some people are white, some people are red, some people are brown. So I had to figure this thing out. So I went in my lab, you guys, and I was trying to figure it out. Since I'm a black lady, African American, Okay, let me see. I'm going to see what I can make black. I have to see. All right. Are you kids ready? Let's see how we're going to make some colors here. And they are called races because there's all kind of races. All right. So I'm going to get some here. I'm going to make, let's see. Okay. I got that one, that color. Let's see what other color that I can make as black. Let's see. Let's try this one. All right. I think I'm going to make black. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. All right. I think this one more color is going to do it. Let's see. All right. I want to make black. Okay. All right. So we got to remember that one is black. Okay. All right. So that one is black. Let's see whatever else can I make. Let's make some brown. Okay. Let's make some brown, people. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to make brown over here. Okay. Okay, let me get another color. I'm going to make some brown. Okay. And let me get some more colors. We're going to make some brown. All right. So that one is going to be brown. Then we have Indian people, and so we're going to use red for Indian people. So we're going to make some Indian people right here. All right, we're going to make some Indian people because God made all different colored races, and what he said, there is no difference in us because he died. Jesus died for us all. He didn't die for one race, you guys. He died for everybody in every city, every state, every country. He died for the whole world, okay? Now, we got to make white people, Caucasian people, and so let's see, I'm going to make some Caucasian people. Okay, I'm going to put that in there, right there. All right. Okay, now, what kind of liquid am I going to use? Because this liquid, it represents God, okay? This clear liquid represents God. Now, you're going to notice that God pours into every single race. Every single race. God does not pour his anointing into the black people and leave out the red people. No, God says, I'm the God who made red people too. So look at our red people, which represents Indian people. Now, oh my gosh, let's see. God said, I even made the brown people, the Hispanic people. He says, I made them the very same, just as the black people, as the Indian people. Now the Hispanics has the same. Okay, let's see. That is some brown coming in. Okay, brown coming in, all right? Now, he says, I even made the white people. He says, I made them the same as I did the black people, the Indian people, the Hispanic people, and now the white people. They're the same. They're not better. They're not worse. He says they are the same. So, now God made us all, and so now we're going to stir it all up, and we're going to see the different colors, which we call them races. Okay, the black race. Oh, he stirred us up, and we are great people. We're great people. All right. Now, let's stir up the Indian people. Okay, we stir up the Indian people, and they're all good. Okay, they're all good. Wow. Okay, then he stirred up the brown people. My brown is a little dark, so I think I'm going to add working with that one. Let me add some of this color in there and see if I can get a little bit more lighter. Okay, a little bit more lighter. Let's see of my brown. A little bit better. A little bit better. That was a little bit better. But it's a little too dark still. Let's see. Let me add a little bit more of this color. And then maybe some more of Jesus' anointing. Okay? So we're going to add a little bit more Jesus' anointing on there. And we'll see. We'll see if we can get it a little bit more browner. Okay. I'm going to have to work on my brown a little bit. Because my brown came out a little dark. Okay? Wow. Okay. Now let me look at my white people. Boy, they're coming along just as great. Okay. All right. We stirred that up really good. We have the white people here, and they are great people. Great people. Why? Because God made us all. He made us all the same, even though that we all have different colors, because that's what makes us so beautiful. I'm not like a white person. A white person is not like me. I'm not like a Hispanic person, but then a Hispanic person is not like me. I'm not like an Indian person, but an Indian person is not like me. Since I'm a black female, a black girl, that means that I can only be myself, and I love everybody, just like the Good Samaritan did. Everybody was passing him by, but one Good Samaritan said, I'm going to help him. So whether you're black, whether you're an Indian, whether you're a Hispanic, or whether you're a white person, we help everybody. Do not ever look at somebody because of the color of their skin. Okay? Because if you look at, I may not like red, and I may go to an Indian, I don't like you. What did I do? I don't like the color of your skin. That's not right, because God made you an Indian. So you be proud to be an Indian. Okay? Don't you ever say you don't like another color, which we call a race. Don't ever say you don't like another race because of the color of their skin. Why? Now you're putting God down because you're saying, God, you did not make the Indians. But where did they come from? You guys have to go back to my other video when I talked about where did we come from. Remember when I went into my lab and I had to figure out where we came from? I figured it out, how we came. We didn't come from no monkey, and then Melanie thought she came from a fish. We didn't even come from no fish. We came from God. We were made in God's image. All black people, all red people, all brown people, all white people were made all from God. And God looks at us as the same. But do people look at us as the same? Most of them don't. Some of them don't. But it's okay. I want you to know, whatever race you are, whatever color you are, you be proud of your race. You be proud of who you are, because God made you that way, okay? All right. So there's a song here that it's just a worship song. So I want you to listen. I want you to put on your listening ears, and I'm going to come around and I'm going to see if you're still happy or if you got, I don't know. All right? So are you guys ready? I'm going to put on our worship song, and you guys are going to find out about we were made in the image of God. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to be in happy face or a questionable face, okay? I'm not sure about it, okay? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's see. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? All right. Listen to the words. We were made in the image of God. Every man, woman, boy, and girl. Are you happy about it? Are you questioning about it? people. He made a boy and he made a girl. He gave us dominion, you guys, over all the creation. Look at that. Go into all the world. We were made in the image of God. That's a happy face. Let me see your happy face. Are you guys smiling? Put on a big smile. Because you were made in the image of God. We can change the world, you guys. Yes, we can. It's not, can we change it? Yes, you can change it. All right. In the beginning, when God made you, he made you as a boy and he made you as a girl. And he gave you dominion over all the creation. Look at that. You guys see that? We were made in the image of God. We were made in the image of God. Every boy and girl. We were made in the image of God. He so loved the world. You can change the world. We can change the world. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can change the world. Look, we're fearfully and wonderfully made. Look at that. In the beginning, we were made. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. In the image of God, you guys. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. Look at all these races up here. Look at all these races up here. Black people was made in the image of God. Red people, Indian people were made in the image of God. Hispanics, the brown people were made in the image of God. White people was made in the image of God, you guys. And we can change the world. Not one race, not two races, but all races, you guys. All the races. We can change this world. We can change the world. We can change the world because we were made in the image of God. We all was made in the image of God, you guys. Isn't that awesome? Because we have different races, all of these races in this world. If we work together, we can change the whole wide world. Are you sure, Professor Garrett? Yes, I am sure. We can change the world. Professor Garrett, some of the races don't want to work with me. That's okay, because if we keep praying, if we keep believing God, everybody's going to have a face just like this. They're going to be smiling. Professor Garrett, are you sure? Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. How about you? How about you? All right, let's go ahead and let's give yourselves a big hand praise. Where's my clapper? All right. We were all made in the image of God. So I'm so glad. Well, my brown is still a little too dark. Well, the next time I'll know when I go into my lab, I may have to put a little bit less colors in there because it's a little dark for a brown, okay? But you guys got my whole story, okay? So when Jesus was talking to the man that had the question, so he says, that's what I mean about you love everybody like your neighbor, because you will be nice to your neighbor. So no matter what, when you go and you see somebody hurting, you have compassion, which means you feel sorry for them and you want to help them. Not to feel sorry for them and say, oh, poor, 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 I'm not going to help you. No, you feel sorry for them, and whatever you have in your pocket, whatever you have, you go and give what you can give and go and help somebody else, okay? All right, you guys, this has been your story for today, all right? And this is Professor Garrett, and I come to you every single week with great videos to teach you God's Word and to open up how things are done in my lab. Sometimes my experiments work and sometimes they don't, okay? But I keep trying, and that's how I keep making it, because I keep trying, okay? All right, you guys. All right, you guys. We're going to go to... Melanie, what are you saying? Melanie says that she didn't get to watch the whole show. Melanie, come here for a minute. Come here for a minute. Okay, Melanie, you're gonna you're gonna have to go to the platform? YouTube. Okay, YouTube. Melanie, you have to go to the YouTube and you can watch my shows on YouTube. I'm sorry you didn't come late. What were you doing anyway, Melanie? You know we started at 9:30. What were you doing anyway? Playing at the park? Melanie, you know that the video comes on at 9:30 every Sunday morning. And why were you playing at... Put your head up, Melanie. Okay, next week, you know that I come on at 9:30 a.m. So since you missed about the whole story, Melanie, you're going to have to go on YouTube, and it's under Debra The Transformist, and you can look at all the other videos, okay? All right. Okay. Now, Melanie is okay now because she didn't miss the whole show. Now she can go back and look at it on YouTube, okay? It's under Debra The Transformist under YouTube. Okay, Melody. Okay, all right. You're going to go and chill out now. You're going back to the park again? Okay. All right, you guys. Me and Melanie says goodbye. Professor Garrett has to go and do some more things with some more kids. And so we'll be back on this same channel, this same time, next week on Debra Garrett.